Come right up next to me.
Welcome back to Wiseman Company, everyone. Ben here, and today we're going to be taking a look at another enclosed emitter micro dot. Now, why does everybody want closed emitters all of a sudden? Why is everyone gravitating towards closed emitters? Well, mainly because there's less opportunities for the dot to be obstructed. With an enclosed emitter, it's fully enclosed, like you see here, and there's no way for dust, dirt, grime, moisture, water to get inside to block that projector of the dot on the inside of the housing. Well, you hope there's no way for that to happen. The closed emitter should keep all that stuff out. And today we're going to be looking at the Steiner MPS. Really like this option. I really like the idea of enclosed emitters. I think it's the future. I think it's a good trend. It's just less stuff to go wrong, right? Okay, Steiner MPS. Let's get into some specs. Closed emitters are typically larger than your other micro dots, mainly because there's more material, more housing. They're just bigger, bulkier. They got that mailbox look that a lot of people like to describe them as. This one is just over 2 ounces, not terribly heavy. It shares the footprint with the Aimpoint Acro, so same footprint. You're going to need an adapter plate like this primary machine one right here if you want to go from an RMR or any other footprint to match an Acro or an MPS footprint. 13,000 hours battery life. It does have 8 brightness settings. It uses a CR1632 battery. Has a 3.3 MOA dot, which is a good sized dot. Yeah, there are smaller ones out there. There are bigger ones out there. 3.3 is just right in the middle. Good sized dot. I like using it a lot. $450 you can find these for. Not terribly expensive when you're comparing it to the Acro. $450 is really reasonable, and you can actually probably find them for a little bit less than that, depending on the sale, where you find them, where you purchase them from. Let's talk durability. With the micro red dot, everyone is searching for that ultimate, durable, indestructible micro red dot. It doesn't exist, right? Like everything, it can break. This one is 105. Touted as the toughest on the market according to Steiner and their testing. I'll take that as a grain of salt. It's Steiner's testing, but they are very confident in this micro dot, and in my experience thus far, it's been very, very durable. Unlike the Holosun 509s, which I really liked at the beginning, but as I used them more and more, they just kept falling apart. They'd break, they'd get water inside the housing. I sent a bunch of them back. My buddies at JTAC Ranch sent a bunch of them back. The 509s are an absolute disappointment in my experience. Not very durable. This, on the other hand, has been very durable. Have run it on a handgun, have run it on an offset on AR-15s, and its final resting place is this galil right here. Please understand that I am extremely tough on equipment. The guys I shoot with are extremely tough on equipment. I shoot a lot more than the average person. Some of you have buddies out there, or even maybe yourself, you'll say, yeah, I shoot a lot. You don't. And I'm not trying to say that as a dig, and I'm not trying to say that to tout myself. I'm just trying to give you some perspective here. I shoot thousands of rounds a year. It is my job to be on the range 6 days a week. I shoot a lot. And I will say, this has really held up great. No flickering, no moisture inside the housing, no issues with batteries or battery life. Durability, from my perspective, from my experience, has been top notch with this thing. Now, like I said, everything can break, time will tell. I've been running this for a few months and gonna continue to run it But on the topic of durability, I gotta say this has been really, really good. And it's been in the rain, it's been in the heat, it's been in the sand, the dirt, banged around 3 different platforms, and there's literally nothing I can complain about. Now with this review, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, okay? What are my thoughts on actually using it? Durability was great, price point's good, specs are good on paper. Using it, I did not like using it on a handgun. And a lot of you probably are looking at this as an option for your handgun. And I just didn't like it, only because I like the SRO better, the Trijicon SRO. I can see more with the SRO. It's easier on my eyes. It's natural to line up the dot in the center of that SRO circle. Just run SROs really well on handguns, and if it ain't broke, I don't want to try to fix it. Running this on a Glock 19, it was fine. You just couldn't see as much. I feel like the window is a little bit smaller, and obviously the outer walls are thicker. So you're blocking more of your view downrange. It's not a lot, but it was just kind of distracting. That could totally just be a me thing. Really, really could. I liked running SROs. I still like running SROs a lot more on handguns than any other dot. So it did not live long on a handgun for me. Now, I did like running it on a rifle, okay? Loved running it on an offset. It's gonna stay here on this Galil for a good bit of time, mainly because it saved weight on an already heavy platform. It's a small profile. The dot is fine enough for rifle work at that 3.3 MOA. So for me, this is where it's gonna live its life, on rifles, on carbines. I would recommend you try it on a handgun if you get one. Why not? Go ahead and give it a whirl. Just for me, it just didn't beat out the SRO, so SROs are gonna stay on my slides. Battery life is always a concern when we're talking about micro red dots. 13,000 hours, that's 1.5 years roughly. I haven't had to change a battery yet. I haven't had it 1.5 years. It does have an auto shut off, which was another reason I did not like having it on a handgun. You have to be conscious of that. After 20 hours, the dot will shut off, and you will have to hit the buttons on the side to reactivate it. Buttons are very tactile, very intuitive. They're large, rubber. They have a little click to them when you hit them. Battery compartment is on top, easy to get to. You can use a piece of brass or a screwdriver. The functionality of adjusting the dot, swapping batteries, turning the dot up and down, great, top notch. Liked using that a lot. No headaches when it came to actually making the dot work. I think you're getting a really good dot for the money. I think the Acro P2 will be a good competitor for this dot. Obviously, the aim point's a little bit more expensive, slightly larger, but it's going to be its main competitor for the foreseeable future. Don't really even compare the 509 to either of those two, just because I've had such bad luck with them. Steiner is going to be the best bang for your buck between the two for right now. And these are kind of hard to find. Not terribly hard to find, but you got to do a little bit of digging. They do have to go out of stock quickly, and probably for good reason, because everyone else is having good luck with them. I know a couple of my buddies have them, and they've been pleased. I'll probably pick up another one of these in the future just to run on an offset or another carbine. Again, it's not my cup of tea when we're talking about pistol slides, but to each their own, right? All right, guys, Steiner MPS, leave me a comment down below. What do you guys think? You have one? Do you not have one? You been thinking about picking one up? Closed emitters the future, yay or nay? Let's chat about it. Appreciate all that support. And if you want to support us further, go to wisemancompany.com. A lot of great gear over there for you guys to pick up. Again, that's the best way to support us. Fast shipping, great customer service, because we want to take care of you guys, make sure you're squared away. wisemancompany.com. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next video.